This is Mark the Meerkat in with the trade of the day here from the Grok Trading Room and part of free online tradingeducation.com and Grok Trade. Let's take a look at a trade that we had this morning on Facebook, FB. Now it was up big because of its earnings, and here it was in pre-market doing some nice formations here. Here it was high basing, broke out, and then was doing low basing here. And now this is where the market actually opened. It shot down and was going up and starting to rotate back down. This is what we call a bear pullback or a pullback sell. It was setting up for that. If you want to know more about what that is, just go to our site, freeonlinetradingeducation.com, and we have a free chart school right up here. Hey, before we do that though, I just want to remind you, if you are new to trading, you want to know more about it, we just updated our 101 trading courses here, and it's the basics about what trading is. I did them myself. Just put your name in here, and you'll get they're just 20 minutes or so, and then we'll send them one to you every other day, so that you can learn the basics of what trading is all about. And then you can move on from there if you need more education. But let's go back up here to the chart school. And we're looking at a bear pullback, which is right here underneath chart patterns. When you click that, you can actually see here it's falling down, and now it's starting to go up and hits a line of resistance. So this is what it was doing in pre-market, and then it shot up and it's starting to roll down. If it starts to break to the downside, the odds are in our favor that it's going to go down. Here's a written description of it. Here's a couple of times that it's happened before. And so you can always take a look in here. And so let's take a look back here at Facebook. Again, it fell down here, came up here, hit it. The 20 moving average happened to be the line of resistance there, starting to roll. So I set a trade, and this yellow line here is a pivot line, possible line of support, and you can see that it did stall right here. And so I'm going to wait till it breaks that, and I'm going to set an order down here, let the market come to me. Let's see what happened next. Bam, there it goes, and it fell down here, and I am now short at 127.37 on Facebook. Going to set a stop up here just above this 20 moving average, which was resistance. That's a less than 1%. And let's see what happens. There it goes. Bam, 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 bam. Nicely done. There it goes. And down to 126, even dollar amount. Those even dollar amounts can be support areas. So I'm bringing my stop down here to just below break even. I'm in the money above 127, just above that area there. I'm in the money, which means I have zero risk in the trade. Love it when that happens. I'm bringing it down to this 8 EMA, and let's see here. I'm still in it, and just popped up enough there to stop me out at 126.62. And so this total trade was for 0.5% in 11 minutes. So again, bear pullback here. But now it's starting to set up for something else a little bit different. And now it started to pull back down again. But now look at this. Now it has here's a swing low, here's a higher swing low. We call this a bull pullback. And then it started to high base here slightly. Again, you can go to the chart school and take a look at a bull pullback. We just looked at a bearer. This is a bull one, or a high base is another possibility here. So it was high basing here just above that, and so I went ahead and I set a trade. Markets were also reversing at this point, and boom, there we go. I'm now long on Facebook at 126.84, and can bring in my stop underneath this area here, 126.75, which was resistance, now support, and just below my entry area there, and it's going up here. And now look at it, it's right at that pivot line, and now the 50 moving average is there. These are lines of possible resistance. So let's take a look. Let's move our stop in the money here, just underneath this 8 EMA. And it broke out above that pivot line. But look at it, was resistance, 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 that pivot line. Now what are pivot lines? There's something you can turn on to your charts that are for intraday trading only. It calculates the price action from the day before and gives you the pivot line, and then resistance line 1, 2, and 3 up above, or support lines 1, 2, and 3 down below. If you want the formula on that, go to investopedia.com, but that's called pivot lines. Again, intraday only that is used. Again, possible lines of support and resistance. So now I'm going to move my stop up here just underneath the 50 moving average here. And look at that. Now the 50 and the 20 are crossing over. Now I'm going to bring it up right underneath this pivot line. It's acting as support here, and that's great. Again, was resistance, is now support. Good roll up here. Cool, cool, cool. I'm using that as a shield right now. Here, oh man, stop down here. Bop me out right there at 127.48. Let's take a look at this trade. It was a bull pullback and then high based, and then I got in when it broke out from the high base, and I stayed in there, and I just had my stop here just below a possible line of support, and it finally did break down for 0.5% in 21 minutes on that trade. This was just 2 out of 7 trades we called this morning. They weren't even the biggest trades. I had a 3% on Nugget and a 3.5% on another trade. But the point is, we have a target of 10% per day. We were at 9.7%. So with our model portfolio, that equals about $970 for 3 hours worth of work this morning. Good work if you can get it. Again, if you'd like to learn to trade the Grok trade way, you can start with those 301s that I referred to earlier in the lesson. This is Mark the Meerkat. I'm going to be on vacation for the next week, so I won't be back until next Friday, August the 5th. You all, until then, trade well.